Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence. How are you? Mahalo for tuning in today. We've got another special guest on the line from the upcoming Kauai Rocks event by Love, Hope, Strength. This highly interactive, mostly outdoor affair offers music fans a chance to do some fun outdoor activities and interaction with a variety of musicians who are coming together in the Aloha State to fight cancer. And all of it on the Garden Isle. It's this August, and my guest today from a band that formed in Texas in the mid-'90s, and their catchy pop rock hits are still heard on the radio around the country. One of them, in fact, is a regular cover that you may hear in Honolulu from local Honolulu band, the Piranha Brothers. This guy has a debut solo album on the way, and it is a pleasure to welcome this talented solo artist and also frontman for the band Fastball, Miles Zuniga. Aloha, Miles.
Aloha, Dave. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm very good, thank you. How about yourself? And thanks for taking some time.
Oh, no worries. My pleasure.
And where do I have the pleasure of getting a call from you today?
I'm actually in Austin, Texas.
Nice. That's where else would you want somebody in Fastball to be when you're talking to them? If they can't be with you,
I'd rather be there.
And I'd rather have you here. But if you couldn't be here, I'd rather have you be in Austin than anywhere else.
Yeah, it's we haven't had any rain here in Texas since October or something crazy like that. So being somewhere surrounded by water makes me feel really good.
And then you're going to go from being in that dry place to being on one of the wettest places on Earth when you arrive on Kauai. What's your background with the islands? Previous visits, performances, experiences?
Well, I got married there.
When was that and where?
I got married in Kauai in 2003. I forget. We were on the north side, but I forget exactly what town we were close to. But rather than have a wedding and pay for all that and then go on a honeymoon, we just combined everything. We said, let's go on our honeymoon and get married.
I like that. And any particular memories from that experience here?
Well, I was wearing a suit on the beach. I remember that. I've gone to Hawaii over and over again since I was a kid. I forget the very first time my folks took me there. But I think I went once or twice when I was a kid, and then I've just tried to get back every time. I try to go back at least every 4 or 5 years. It's hard, It can be hard to get it together, to get out there, but I love it.
And Fastball, have they played here before?
We did. We went there in, I think it was 2000, and we played on Oahu, near the naval base there.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great.
That's fun. So
it was I've been to all the islands.
All the islands? You've been to Lanai?
Is that the one Wrigley used to own?
That's the one that had the Dole pineapple.
Sorry, Dole. Yeah, I have. In fact, I went surfing there, on an uninhabited beach.
Did you? You've been to Molokai?
That might be the one, Dave. That might be the missing piece. I think I've ever been to Molokai.
Because I'm getting prouder and prouder of you. I'm like, man, this guy's been around the state. I love it. You've been to the Big Island, I'm assuming.
I've been to the Big Island at least twice. I really love the Big Island. It's got some cool. It's just so, of all of them, it's got the most kind of, I don't know. It feels the most Hawaiian to me. Maybe that's wrong, but as an outsider, it seems the most kind of local. Who knows? I hope I'm not offending anybody.
I understand totally. And you just enjoyed the diversity of the space over there too, huh? There's so much different stuff. That's what I like about the Big Island. So
much different stuff. And Hilo is such a cool little town. And I loved it. But I love them all. It's hard to play favorites.
That's nice though that you say that about Hilo, that something about Hilo connected with you.
Totally. Well, I really loved Hilo, and then now I'm forgetting what the town is on the west side of Maui that everybody goes to.
On Maui, Lahaina?
Yeah, the kind of arty community.
Okay, yep, that would be the one. And Kona on the Big Island is the one.
Well, I like Hilo probably better than Kona. And I love Lahaina. Lahaina? Is that how you say it?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I love that island. I love that town too. So, I don't know, there's just, I've always wanted to live there. I wasn't like a musician who worked a lot in the States. I would, in the mainland, as you say. I would, maybe someday if I could string together. You got to make me big in Hawaii.
I'm going to do everything in my power.
Then I could just live there.
I'm going to try. I'm going to give it the old Honolulu effort here. Well, how did you get involved with Kauai Rocks? What was your motivation to link up with these cats?
One day I was approached by a woman about hiking Machu Picchu on behalf of Love, Hope, Strength, and raising money for cancer and to fight cancer and all the great things they do. They open cancer centers in places where they're really needed. And so it sounded like an amazing adventure, and it was. And I hiked Machu Picchu with a bunch of musicians and great people, and it was 3 days. It was pretty spiritual experience, and after that I became friends with everyone involved in Love, Hope, Strength, Shannon Foley and James Chippendale, and of course Mike Peters from The Alarm. And I just said, whatever you guys need, whenever you want me to participate, I'd love to participate. So I pretty much they did some fairly intense stuff that I didn't go on. Like they hiked Mount Kilimanjaro,
wow.
Which I heard was really, really tough.
Did you do the Empire State Building?
No, I have hiked that one. I did do Pikes Peak in Colorado, which is harder than it sounded. I didn't think it would be that hard, but it was tough. It's one day, half a day, whatever. Pretty tough.
That's cool. So you've done how many different events, basically? And for folks who are listening who haven't figured it out, what they do is they hook up a chance for, if you're a fan, you can spend a bundle of dough and you get to go with these musicians that you've admired and listened to and participate in this small group, highly interactive thing where you do an activity like what Miles has been describing here. How many of these things have you actually done? If you were to try to tabulate roughly, how many? I've done 2 proper events. Like the one in Peru, which was 3 days of hiking with people and sleeping in tents and playing music at night. It was amazing. And then there was the Pikes Peak thing, which had a concert afterward with Spearhead and Brett Dennen, which is pretty amazing. They put together great events. And, I don't know if anyone out there is a fan of Sean Colvin or Hall & Oates or The Cult, but John Oates from Hall & Oates is going to be on. There's kayaking, around Kauai with John Oates. I think with everybody actually is going on the kayaking trip. And so it's just a great, if you're a huge fan of Billy Duffy from The Cult or something, you get to hang with him all day. And it's just it's great on that end, but it's great even if you don't know who any of us are. Because it's in Hawaii, it's well, you guys live there, but if there's anyone listening outside Hawaii, it's an amazing way to combine, a vacation with doing something good. And it really, all of you guys I've already talked to, just so you know, I'm doing every single one of you guys and going through in detail all the stuff they're doing. And had John on, and he was talking about the strenuous 17-mile Nepali coast kayak trip that he is set to lead.
Yeah, that is going to be strong. I hadn't thought. I'm slated to do it. I better start exercise regimen.
You ought to, dude. He's already bulking up for it, brother. So I would highly
shape that guy.
Say again.
He's in great shape.
Yeah, he is. But 17 miles, my man, in the open ocean. Come on now.
That's tough. Is there like a rescue helicopter?
John said he's going to have to, because Donovan's going to be doing a cat while you guys are on the kayak. So
now they split it.
And John's like, man, I think I took the wrong trip. I should have been on the catamaran.
They split it into 2 days.
I think I'm not sure if it's that or that they're both of you guys are going to go simultaneously, because you're asking about the backup plan. I think that's the way that, like, if somebody has to drop out of the kayak trip, you can jump on the cat. Yeah.
I don't know. I heard, you might want to check into it, but I heard the kayak trip's happening one day and then the catamaran's happening another day. It was going to be the same day.
Right. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what their latest thing is. I'm just sort of joking with you more than anything. But I mean, at lovehopestrength.org, folks can see the extensive list of activities and other. What are some of the other ones that you're confirmed to do? Are you going to be on the yoga mission that I see?
I didn't realize there's a yoga mission, but yes, I sign up for almost every activity unless it's like parachuting or something. I don't like jumping out of planes.
How about horses? There's horseback riding.
Oh, me and horses that might have to be the day that I am, Dave. Because me and horses, there's something about an animal that outweighs me by 1,000 pounds or so. I don't like the horse to make decisions.
Right. No, I hear you.
I'm a guitarist. If I land on my hands, bad news.
Well, maybe that'll be one of the days right before the kayaking thing, and you can kind of get even in better shape. You do a little extra workout day, yeah?
Yeah, I could. Or maybe that day I could have a wine tasting.
I'm thinking that's happening. I like the idea of that. There are a lot of special things, and folks can. The neat thing is one of the cool things about this is it goes from there's events on the west side of the island, there's events up on the north shore, there's the ability to participate with these artists in a variety of settings that you would never get to experience. And this is happening more and more, these lifestyle events. But what's different about this one is it's tapping all this money for a really good cause. And when you're doing this, Miles, is there any particular artist on this bill that you really look forward to maybe getting to jam with or interact or maybe even pick their brain?
Well, I've already jammed with Mike Peters and I've already jammed with John Oates, but I'd love to just hang out with Billy Duffy, because every time I've met him before, he's always impeccably dressed and he always had a beautiful girl on his arm. So I just think he's a real classic British rock star.
Yeah, man.
I think I would love to play with, to jam with him and hang out with him, and I think it'd be really interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. I was really excited to see that he was on board for this. It's
a real, like you're mentioning, it's a cross-pollination. There's this chance for artists who, even if they've played together at different settings here, as you pointed out, you get to do it here. You'll be in Kauai. You'll be little beach jams around the fire and stuff. It's a really cool way of doing it.
There will be lots of beach jams. I can guarantee that.
So that's something you're looking forward to, the jamming.
The music is actually even in a place like Kauai with all it has to offer in terms of natural beauty and things to do, I still am looking forward to the music the most, just the collaborations and stuff like that.
Have you ever heard of the Piranha Brothers, that band I mentioned?
No, but what song are they doing? The Way?
Yeah, and they I at the beach that I go to in Honolulu in Waikiki, they are at this bar right behind where I'm on every week. And Michael Piranha is the leader of the band, local guy. Been around a long time, these guys. They did a kind of like a Weird Al version of Hotel California called Hotel Honolulu. So it's like a big local hit. But anyway, they cover The Way. And this guy's a really good frontman, guitarist. He does you right every week on the beach, brother. It's sounding good.
Wait, I'd love to hear that.
He's a solid brother, and he does a really good job, and it keeps the stuff alive. Getting back to the band, it helps keep you out there. And as a sort of final note, as we wrap it up, are there any plans for you to hit Honolulu along the way, or are you just flying right in and out of Lihue?
I think I'm flying in and out, but any excuse to come back.
Well, I just throw it out to you. We have this 75-seat performance hall called the Atherton. It's this, it's attached to our space. It's sort of like our own little Austin City Limits thing that we can do with bands like Toad the Wet Sprocket or whoever's in town. So I just wanted to make sure if you were going to be coming through Honolulu or you wanted to maybe stop in and do something it's here.
Okay, I should get your contact info because I would love to even, this solo record's coming out September 27th, and it's called These Ghosts Have Bones, and after that comes out, I'm planning on going, wherever I can go. So if I would love to somehow make it out to Hawaii and maybe go to Australia or something. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it works out, but.
Hey, that's the way to do it. You route it along the way or something to keep the finances there. I'll email Kirsten and tell her to get you my stuff so you can keep in touch with me. Okay?
That would be great.
Yeah, I would love to do that. And finally, as I let you go, aside from that record coming out, or is there any? I mean, I guess that's the thing that you're most looking forward to that's coming up. Is there anything else on tap with the band that Fastball fans need to know is ahead?
Not right now, because Tony's putting out a solo record as well. So right now, we're both focused on that. But, if people want to, they could buy both records and then just make a mixed CD.
I love that. Well, it's going to be a nice thing when that comes out, and we'd love to support it. I think you should, that would be nice to have you out here. These Ghosts Have Bones. It'll be out, like you said, coming up in September, and a real pleasure getting to speak with you, dude. And I really do appreciate you taking some time for me.
Likewise. Thank you, Dave. Stay
in touch, dude. We'd love to support the record. I'll do a proper interview all about the record when it comes out, and if you can make it out here, we'll do an acoustic show in the thing here.
Dude, that would be rocking.
You be safe. I give you a hug and a high five, and take care of yourself, Miles. Thanks for doing this gig. It's nice that you're helping out people using your star power for a very good cause. I hope someday that I'm worth doing something like that, because I would pitch in a heartbeat. So I admire you. Thanks for doing it.
No worries. It's my pleasure. Okay.
Be safe. Aloha.
Bye.